Hey guys, Rick with the Rage here. Hope you're having a fantastic day, and welcome to my review of the Warcraft movie. I'm going to try and keep this briefer than all of my other rants and whatnot. They usually go like, 30, 40 minutes. This one I've decided to kind of keep myself down somewhere between 15 to 20 minutes. I had previously recorded this, but the file got corrupt, and I kind of wasn't satisfied with it anyway. I was just really, my ideas were all over the place, and I really didn't have anything centered. So, here we go again. I decided this will be the first time I make a commentary to actual footage of the thing I'm talking about. So I couldn't find any like real footage other than the trailer to download, and I didn't want to go ripping it off because that wouldn't be nice. So I just went on YouTube, I grabbed the trailer real quick, and here we are. So basically, the Warcraft movie it revolves around the events between Warcraft and Warcraft 2. So it does some of the stuff from Warcraft and some of the stuff from Warcraft 2. And so the next one's going to be more of Warcraft 2 and some of Warcraft 3, and then finally I'm guessing the third one in the trilogy will be entering the world of Warcraft, or I'm not sure how they're going to do it, but I'm super stoked for it. So the main bad guy in the Warcraft movie is Gul'dan, and Gul'dan is this evil wizard dude who's an orc, and he showed up to Orcland, and nobody, knew where he came from. He showed up, Orcland started dying, but nobody kind of made the connection, and he promised he could save all the orcs. And so they formed this war party. Well, the war party goes through this portal that Gul'dan opens using Draenei life, and it's just crazy. Anyway, long story short, that's how the orcs got to Azeroth, and then that's how the Alliance and the orcs, the Alliance and the Horde first met in, and there wasn't really combat between them until the very end of the movie. There were some skirmishes with garrisons, but there was nothing on screen of it. Oh, excuse me. Oh, but there really was nothing on screen of it other than the main battle that you're seeing in the background with that griffin swooping down. So that is pretty much what happened, and then it ended with Lothar, the main character guy, becoming the king, and I believe he's also the current king in the Warcraft lore in Stormwind right now in World of Warcraft. So basically, let's say some pros and then some cons. Okay, so pros of the movie. The graphics, the CGI, it was all very well done. Okay, it didn't feel like anything was out of place. Didn't feel like there was any special effects just lopped in there. Sometimes with these movies, you get it to where it's like, oh, it's so actiony, but the mixture of CGI and real world doesn't go over well. But they put maximum effort into this, and they really did the CGI and the special effects well. I mean, the spells that the mage guy Khadgar casts, and the fel and watching Gul'dan use the fel and suck the life out of people. Just those things, and the orcs, I mean, look at them. They look so good. It looks natural when they're talking to each other. Okay, so that's one pro. So now let's say one con. One con of it is that, this is all obviously spoiler alert, so if you haven't seen the movie, I don't know why you'd be watching a review of the movie, but okay. There's a woman by the name of Garona in the film, and she's half human, half orc, and her parent, and let's see, her mother was killed. She was like burned at the stake because she, laid with a human or some other form of creature. I don't think it was a human because I don't think they've ever met humans before. But basically, she's her name literally means cursed one or cursed, and she's looked down upon because she's only half orc and she's an abomination. This, that, and the other. And they ended up having this thing with Garona and Lothar that didn't really go anywhere. It had like this romance angle to it, which was like, okay, they literally met like 2 days ago, and they're already getting feelings for each other. Like, doesn't it seem weird that in some of these movies that seems to be the case? Like the whole love at first sight thing, which is really, really stupid. Seems how you literally know nothing about the other person, right? Like relationships supposed to be formed over weeks or even months, and talking, learning about the other person, their likes, their dislikes. But these guys are just like, yo, what up? Oh, you came in with the orc war party. That's cool. Oh, but you don't like the orcs. That's fine too. So when are we gonna have sex? Now. I mean, I'm planning a marriage for a week from now. So it's like, what the hell was this angle? And it didn't even go anywhere. They didn't even expand on it. Like they set it up and then did not deliver anything. Not that I would want them to either. I would have liked the romance thing to be completely out because it didn't make any sense to have it in the first place. But that is one con. Now, another pro. Another pro is the scenery. The I was gonna say map design there for a minute, but the set design was beautiful. It was perfect. They replicated Stormwind and Goldshire and Elwyn Forest and Westfall and Redridge, Red Rock, something. The area east of Goldshire, the past over the hills and into the mountains. But yeah, they replicated everything so well, and it looked so good. And it's just like, oh, I know that place. My level 58 mage has gone there a million times. I remember Elwyn Forest. I remember Goldshire, and they even did it to the point where the guys are walking on the road to go from Stormwind to Goldshire, and they had like the fence post, like the random little section of fence with one lamp post, and then nothing else for a little while. I did like how they kind of screwed with your it screwed with people's minds, kind of disoriented them on the landscape, because they started in Stormwind. They said, okay, we need to go to Goldshire. So they went to go Goldshire to go orc hunting to try and get a prisoner, which is where they end up capturing Corona. So basically, they cut it together to where they had like one or two quick succession scenes to make it look like it was this long journey. When anybody who's played World of Warcraft knows, Stormwind is about here, and then Goldshire is about right fucking next to it. It's about a minute walk down the road, or hell, flying a griffin takes about 30 seconds, So that's another pro, is that they recreated the world extremely well, high detail of that. Now, another con is there's kind of a plot hole. At one point, Gul'dan is fighting Duratan, that's his name, I'm sorry. His name is Duratan, and he's kind of a good orc. He's looking for peace with the humans. He doesn't want to just kill everybody. He wants to just live his life and have his clan taken care of, and he wants to just, keep them safe. Well, he, challenges Gul'dan for control of the war party, and he challenges him for, leadership, basically. And there's this ancient ritual, and it's, they have to honor it, whatever. So, it's pretty badass, because Gul'dan's like, this entire time, he's got this staff and these wizard robes and everything, and he's kind of this hunched over dude with a long gray beard, and you're thinking, okay, Duratan's gonna kick the shit out of this guy. No, that's not the case. He hands the staff off to the leader of the warband, and he takes off his robe, and he stands up, and you could just basically imagine, I imagine his joints kind of cracking and snapping as he gets up. It's kind of like, when you first see what's his name in the Mortal Kombat movie, in the original Mortal Kombat movie, what's his name? The big dude, the big forearm dude. I cannot remember his name. Anyway, and he kind of just stands up real quick. And he's like big, and he's cracking all his knuckles, and it's just like, damn, this is gonna be an epic fight, and it really was. It was a great fight. But in the end of the fight, Duratan was winning, and Duratan was gonna win. So then Gul'dan decided to, okay, I'm going to now use the Fel and suck the life out of him to win. And then everybody else is like, hey, he's a cheat, that's wrong. And then Duratan's friend chimes in, yeah, that's wrong, that's evil, this is who you would follow? This cheat? And then everybody starts disbanding, and and Gul'dan's like, no, wait, listen to me, I'm your leader. And then he ends up killing 3 people and sucking the life out of them with the Fel, and like just killing them instantly and shriveling them into a husk. And so everybody else kind of falls back in line. And then the epic battle happens between the orcs and the humans. But, okay, that epic battle happens. Then afterwards, Lothar and the general of the war party, who's like Gul'dan's right-hand man, they end up fighting. And Lothar wins fair and square. And then everybody just lets it go. Like, everybody's like, okay, Lothar can leave now. It's like, wait, what? No, So, let me get this straight. And Gul'dan, of course, was pissed off. So he's like, no, kill him. Why aren't you killing him? I'll do it myself. And, So, let me get this straight. Gul'dan cheated, right? So, Gul'dan cheated during their ancient honor ritual, traditional battle thing. Gul'dan cheated. Everybody decided, no, fuck that, we're not going to listen to you now. Then, he got him back in line by killing a few people. Then, Lothar wins fair and square. Then everybody else is like, oh, okay, well, that's fine. Yeah, go Lothar. And it's like, okay. And then Gul'dan, remember Gul'dan? Yeah, this is the guy that 5 minutes ago kind of murdered 3 of you to get the rest of you back in line. Are we gonna, so you stopped your little rebellion when Gul'dan cheated, but you're not going to listen to Gul'dan now that Lothar won fair and square. I mean, is it because he won fairly? I mean, and then Gul'dan's just, why didn't he just kill a few more people and be like, if you won't kill him, I'll kill you, and he start killing your whole war party until they, kill Lothar for you? That's That would seem like something Gul'dan would have done. But, yeah, I don't know. So that's another con, is the kind of plot hole there. It didn't really make any sense. So then, another pro is the costumes. The costumes were fantastic. The armor it wasn't like comically huge like in the game, but it was big enough to where it's like, yeah, this is World of Warcraft. This isn't just, frickin' mockery of World of Warcraft. No, they've got, I mean, look right there. He had the giant shield plate. The orc clothing was very well done. The loincloths and the jewelry and everything, and the war paint was very well done. I mean, that right there with the dude with the giant shoulder bone pads, like, that's insane. But yeah, the costumes were very well done. It was just really, really good to see it well represented, because I spent, like, I want to say a year, like, between the time I was 13 and 14 years old, I spent a year on World of Warcraft, and I would just eat, sleep, and breathe that game. And I'm so glad that the movie did it justice by having the proper costumes and whatnot. That being said, another con would be, actually, I think I'm thinking of another con, honestly. Those were the only cons that I had. So, yeah, okay. Well, that was another pro. I don't have another con lined up, because I really can't think of one. I'm trying to remember the whole movie right now, and it's just, I can't really think of a con. So another pro is that there was comedy in the movie. There was some comedic moments. They were kind of funny. So when they met Garona, they took Garona on this journey, or they were bringing her back or something, and I honestly cannot remember what they were doing. But basically, Garona was with them, and she's laying there, and Khadgar was on watch. He's the mage, and he is on watch, and he's looking out Garona, and Garona looks back at him, and she says, he wishes to mate with me. It's like, wait, what? It's just one of those kind of, wait, did she really just say that? Was she really that blunt? And then, she's like, I would break him or something like that. It was like, oh my god, everybody was laughing. We were all dying. It was great. So there's that, and then, there's also the polymorph. So they actually, I was waiting the whole movie for them to do this. They actually polymorph somebody and turn them into a sheep. It was hilarious. So basically, Lothar got locked up in the brig for, getting pissed off and trying to punch the head mage dude in the face, because the head mage dude fucked up and accidentally killed his son, and, or caused the orcs to be able to kill Lothar's son, which, yeah, that's a reason to punch somebody in the face. Now, they locked him up, and he's sitting there, and he's like, hanging on his arms through the bars and everything. He's going, hey, guard, hey, guard, hey, can you let me out of here so I can go save the king? I know you're doing your job, man, but just let me out so I can go save the king. And he's like, I'm sorry, my lord. He's just, I can't do that. He's just like, let me out of here. And he takes like a pebble or something and just throws it at the guard really hard. And the guard turns into a sheep. And Lothar's just like, the fuck, did I do that? He's looking at his hand. And then Khadgar comes around the corner, and he, turns out that Khadgar cast polymorph on him. Everything but the keys, conveniently. Everything, like, disappeared. The pike he had, his armor and everything turned into the sheep, except the keys to the cell. That's kind of convenient. But that was really funny. We did see, and I liked that there was kind of an interesting kind of balance, if you will, between the orcs and the humans. So basically, when the orcs showed up, they started raiding the shit out of garrisons and kidnapping people from villages and burning villages, this, that, and the other. Typical orc war party stuff. So they start killing all these guys, and then it's like, oh shit. And it started the movie in Ironforge, and Ironforge looked so damn good. It looked exactly like in the game. So you saw Lothar talking to some dwarf guy, and he was showing him this new blunderbuss thing. He was showing him this new thing. He calls a gun or a firearm. He called it something, or a boom, or this is a boomstick. I think he said this is a boomstick, and he handed it to him. And he's going to show him this, and then a messenger showed up and interrupted him. So while the dwarf that was showing Lothar the boomstick is reading this thing, he's reading this message from the king. Lothar's in the background holding this gun, like sticking his eye in the barrel and everything, looking down it. Like, oh my god, this guy's gonna kill himself. This can't be the hero of our tale. Really can't. But I thought that was funny. And so he has the gun later. And so he has the boomstick later in the forest when they first encounter the orcs when they're hunting them and they're trying to capture people and they end up capturing Garona. and he gets in this fight, and he's getting like, and of course orcs are bigger than humans, so orcs, and you will never win in a straight up brawn over brain fist fight against an orc because they're too big, right? They have strength on you like nobody's business. So Lothar goes at this one, and he knocks the sword out of Lothar's hand. And so then Lothar pulls out the gun, and the orc's just like, hey, he's laughing. He grabs the gun at the barrel, right? He grabs onto the end of the barrel, stopping him from doing anything. And then he's about to like stab him in the head, but then Lothar pulls the trigger and blows the dude's fingers off. And it's like, oh, okay, so that's kind of like a counter to the orcs. That's kind of evening the playing field. And you see that later. I like that they repeated it and they emphasized it. And later on, during the big final battle between the orcs and the humans in the end of the movie, the humans were firing off stuff. So the orcs were charging the humans were charging the orcs, and right as they're about to meet, the humans start firing their boomsticks, and you see orcs start falling over and dropping down. It's kind of like imagine kind of like a cavalry charge, except the other guy's got a Gatling gun. He's just mowing you down at the knees, and your guys are all just falling over dead, and it's insanity. I loved this movie to death. It was great. So that's about all the pros and cons I can think of for this review. I mean, everything was good. The movie in general was just fantastic. I'm going to give it a solid 8 out of 10, only because I like to always do a 1-point margin of error unless I severely know about what I'm talking about. Unless I'm a big fan of it and I know what I'm talking about and everything was done 100% correct. I usually like to leave out 1 point, and that would leave us with a 9 out of 10, but I subtracted it down to 8 out of 10 because the 1 point for the romance angle and the plot thing with Gul'dan, some of it just did not make sense. Some of it just was unnecessary. I mean, the romance angle could have so been gone. But yes, a solid 8 out of 10. Go see it if you haven't seen it. It's totally worth the money to go see it in theaters. I mean, go in, get yourself some popcorn and a drink, and just enjoy, because it's that good. Before I end, I just remembered something. So basically, Khadgar, he was researching the portal and how to close it, and he went to like the head mage guys up in this cloud in this city in the clouds, and they're like, Khadgar, you abandon your studies, will you dare step here, this, that, and the other. And he's like, what is Alderon or Aldrian? Some kind of like thing that he was looking up and found in his research, and it had something to do with the portal. And so basically, he takes the head mage dude who's got like glowing eyes and shit. He's like super powerful mage guy. Takes big gaudy robes and everything. He takes him to this room, and there's a couple of other mages casting a spell, keeping this like box, this like giant looking box floating around in the air. And it's like, we have had this for thousands of years before the dawn of time, this, that, and the other. So it's ancient, it's mystical. They don't know what it's for. And, Khadgar's like, what's it for? They thought, okay, well, it served the purpose of being the guardian before the guardian. We think that's what it was for, but we don't know. So then the thing stops, and it opens this, like, doorway, and these steps come out. And it's like, oh, okay. And so Khadgar looks at the head mage dude, and he's like, well, what do we do now? Should I go in there? He's like, I don't know. This has never happened before. Like, he had this unbelievable look, like, well, that's fucking new. It was just so surreal, and I think that's what made this movie what it was. It had the action, it had the lore, it had the badass Warcraft moments, but it had that touch of realism to where people were like, are you fucking serious? Like, they kind of, I don't want to say they broke the fourth wall, because that's not really what it was, but they had this way of making everyday counter remarks. I mean, for example, Duratan and his best buddy, who betrays him later in the film, are sitting on this ledge, and it's all quiet, and they're just kind of being, stoic orcs, just sitting there staring off at the, staring at the valley where their war party set up. And then, Duratan's buddy just reaches over and just punches him in the arm, and they both start giggling to themselves. It's just one of those, oh my god, it's kind of surreal. It's kind of a realistic thing. But, yeah, you guys can see why I gave this movie an 8 out of 10. It's just really that good. It's just fantastic. I mean, I have such passion for this film, and I really can't wait for the next one. The next time this comes out in theaters, I'm dressing up, I'm going opening night, and I'm gonna go see the next Blizzard World of Warcraft 2 movie, whatever they're gonna call it. I'm going to see it, because the first one was just that good. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, then do the usual. Like, subscribe, check out my streams, and I will see you guys in the next video. Reap the Rager, signing off.